AZI 88.7 FM, broadcasting. Yo, this is live. We live. And if you don't think we're live, if you don't think we actually in this studio, you can call 512-836. Do you know those last four?
512-836-2887.
Yeah, that's her. That's it. Yeah. And then you will get a chance to talk to that guy who I just threw it to. Mm-hmm. Jamal January threw that oop. He dunked it. And then I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. And one person has already taken us up on that and has called in. You are live on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hey, what's up?
Yo.
Is this Mr. Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
No.
It's the Cowboy.
No way.
Guns up? Cowboy?
No. This is the Sooners.
Oh, Boomer Soon. Okay, Mr. Oklahoma.
Call back in an hour.
What's up, Mr. Oklahoma?
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you, I always have liked Notre Dame. You know, it's something about Notre Dame, because, Notre Dame is a scrappy team, man. You know, They take it to the fourth quarter. I mean, something about Notre Dame I have always liked.
Brother, they ran the ball 42 times. They only averaged 2.8 yards. That ain't a good average, but that just tells you to their point, we're going to do this. We're going to fight. Yeah. And you will respect play action. You're going to have to look in that backfield. And you got to respect that. 42 rush attempts, got to respect that.
Yeah, but I tell you one thing, man, they better tighten up on that defense. Because I tell you, Penn State, I'll tell you, Penn State came and scored, Well, but Notre Dame pulled it out, but that defense is not too solid.
Well, on paper, aren't you impressed with? They only gave up 135 yards passing. that looks good, right?
Yeah, but Penn State, they could have won that game also,
Yes, they could have and should have.
That defense should have. Going to have to really tighten up on the next round, man, because I don't know who they're going to play. Because if they play Texas, even Ohio State. But I prefer Ohio State to win, though,
Yeah. No, I understand that. What else? I know you was looking at some other stuff. What else caught your eye?
Hey, Mr. January, I'm surprised you're not in Arlington, man. You're not going to the game, and
man.
But you're a Texas Longhorn. You're a Longhorn fan.
He is a fan.
I am a Longhorn fan, but I think I was searching them up. Them tickets going pretty big, and I was I can just watch them at home. But don't worry. Me and Douglas got left again. Travis and Corey are at the game.
Yeah. You know what they could have, if they was really our homies, Mr. Oklahoma, what they could have said is, hey, you know what? We going anyway. We got tickets. How about we all go and tailgate?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because we, Jamal, you and I could blend with anybody out tailgating and just sit out, tailgate, and enjoy the show from outside. We can't even get in, but so that could have been cool. But no, they didn't even offer it.
Corey could have gotten us some credentials.
I know. I've said it before. I said I'd carry his luggage. Mm-hmm. I'll carry his camera. Mm-hmm. I'll carry extension cords. Yeah. I'll sling them across like you see the bandoliers of like ammo the guys throw. I would have done it all, Mr. Oklahoma, but they don't care. They don't care about us.
Yeah, I know.
You agreed.
Yeah, but I want to tell y'all, man, because I've been hearing on ESPN that they might be reaching out to start for the NFL.
So, yeah.
What do y'all think about that?
I think they will, and I think he should.
Yeah.
Because he'd probably be in the NFL right now if he didn't have that fallback. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think he would have, and then he had that pushback. For those who don't know, he had some personal issues that kind of dragged him back. He lost his opportunity out there at USC, and then he fell back. Nick Saban said, "Hey, brother, you can come over here. I'm with you. I'll take you."
Won a ring.
Won a ring, and then came back out. Emerged from his cocoon into this. But the only other thing I'll say, Mr. Oklahoma, is this is the school to be at. when you get NFL offers, because they're gonna have to throw some money if they get to that national championship. They must throw some money at Sark.
Absolutely.
He about to be broke off.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, you know, you have some coaches, man, that's right in the right spot. You know, some coaches are college coaches, and some coaches are NFL coaches. You know, because just like Nick Saban, he was at his right position. You know, at college. You know, and sometimes because you make a lot of money at college, as long as you win the championship, as long as you go long in the playoff. You know.
Yeah. So
some of them is college coaches, some of them is NFL coaches. You know. So it's like Deion Sanders, man. I think Deion Sanders, he needs to stay. He needs to really win a national championship instead of talking about the NFL right now. You know, stay there maybe another year or so. You know, and then think about the NFL.
I agree.
Well, I disagree, but hey, I'm glad that we got you. Oh, yeah, man.
Is that right?
We talk about all the time with Corey. We talked about it last week. If Corey gets an opportunity, some bigger city than us, some bigger programming, should he take the money and run? Should we be selfish and say stay here? We not, right? Like we see how selfish that is. We say fly, Corey, fly. So for that same opportunity, why should look? He's gonna have some of the best coaches in the game. Gerard Mayo, who just got fired. I bet he'd like to go work for Prime. Insert the name of anyone else that's got fired. Mike Vrabel, everybody keeps talking about. I bet if Deion was like, hey, come over, Mike, I bet he'd come. So he's going to have great talent around him. He can go get Lovie Smith. He can go get
Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, he could go get a lot of great talent that he used to either know or play under, and they're just going to prop you up. It's not like he don't call the plays. He won't be the offensive. We know he's not going to do that. He ain't going to call defense. He ain't going to call special teams. So what is he doing? What is he doing? He's drawing attention to the program or to that franchise. He's making the players. He dictates the culture. Man, culture goes how the leader wants it to be. Whether the leader is paying attention or not. And so, sorry, I got a human resource background. So all he has to do is be the cultural leader. He gonna have talent. He's not gonna have me and Jamal as offensive and defensive coordinator. He gonna get talent.
Hold on, time out. I might be able to draw up a couple of plays.
Nah, brother. Look, there's one thing that we know about you, Mr. January, and not once have you told us that you've won a couple flag football championships for intramurals when you were in college.
Yeah, I didn't.
See.
I did play.
But y'all didn't win nothing. But that ain't your fault. Was it your team or you were asked to be on a team?
No, I was asked to be on the team.
Okay, yeah. See, that's that head coach player's fault and the quarterback's fault.
Yeah.
Because if I had all that speed, good Lord.
I was the quarterback.
But you know, in my opinion, I think Deion Sanders needs to stay one more year, and then I want to see what he's gonna do with Colorado with his sons not there, and Travis Hunter. You know, they're gonna be gone. You know, but there's a lot of players. You know, like I watch a lot of high school football. A lot of players want to go to Colorado now.
Yeah.
You know, but I think I want to give Deion Sanders one more year, and I think then after that, then I really would know, you know, where he stands. You know, like NFL or stay in college. You know,
so what are you basing that on? You basing that off of the time he's in Colorado? Because brother, man, don't overlook that HBCU time. Don't be one of those.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those.
I know.
So then technically, we was just talking about Marcus Freeman could leave, and Marcus Freeman has been there 3 years. So if you count Jackson State time and the time at Colorado, he got more time than Marcus Freeman, and you ain't telling Marcus Freeman to stay?
See? Well, you know, I'm just saying, you know, Marcus Freeman, but like I said, some coaches good at college, and some coaches are good at NFL, but, you know, that's his choice. Because he's been there 3 years, so, you know, if you want to try the NFL, go for it. But the NFL is a different animal, dude. Yeah. You know, because the NFL is more like politics. You got players that walk off the field. I don't want to play. I don't feel like playing with this guy. I don't want to feel like playing with this coach. It's just like politics, man.
Deion's gonna have power. He's gonna be the head coach. And when it comes to the politics, I'm not hesitant on the politics. One of his good friends that he still talks to is Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
If there's someone you gotta have on your Rolodex, your speed dial when you become a coach, is that dude to talk to.
You're right.
So he gonna be all right. I just want to say one last thing then.
Go ahead.
If he goes to the NFL and he fails miserably, so what? Plenty of people have done that. He's gonna come right back to college, and there's gonna be plenty of opportunities in college because he gonna just do this again. What he just did at Colorado. Now he can go to USC. Now he can go to after the fires. I don't know if that's the destination anymore, but he could go wherever he wants, and we all would take him.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Would y'all like to see Deion Sanders go to Dallas or Sark go to Dallas? Which one would you like to see to go to Dallas?
Man, you want to go first?
Sark or Prime?
It's because the way I'm thinking about it is like this, right? You go, let's just say he goes to the NFL, right?
Yeah.
You go in, and then let's just say you start losing games, right?
Right.
What happens to a coach after they lose too many games? They get fired.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever Mr. Oklahoma asks this question, who would I rather see go to Dallas? It's almost like, who do I want to see get fired in the NFL and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if I did have to pick, obviously, I'm a roll with Deion. Just being a huge fan of Deion, in all honesty.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Sark, man. I would say Sark because I don't know something about him, man. And Texas is kind of tough on that defense. And we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow, But I would say Sark.
Okay.
Yeah. But I want to ask you. I want to ask y'all about what's going to happen. What you think, Mike McCarthy? What do you think? What is going to happen in Dallas with Mike McCarthy?
Well, they said can't nobody come talk to him. That goes one of two ways. I think you're protecting the guy because right now you don't know what's going to be out there. Yeah. So you might say, because it's a bad look that they haven't extended him long term. Yeah. So maybe you're just trying to see what's going to be out there. Because if Vrabel is out there, let's see what's out there. And then let's let him go. Let him go. Let's see what the numbers are that people are giving. Let's not bid against ourselves. So I see both sides of that they're just trying to protect themselves there with him. If I was him, I'd leave.
I leave too.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah.
Literally, let him walk.
I would like to see him leave, man.
Yeah. I
think he should. I'm gonna tell you, Mike. Mike McCarthy. I think he just had a lucky year in Green Bay, win that Super Bowl one time, and and really, he hasn't got to another Super Bowl. And
that's hard to do, though.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't think Mike McCarthy could do it.
I think Mike McCarthy is going to be in a good place just because of his success, and he knows what success looks like. Because for those who don't follow it as well, our listeners don't follow it well. What he could say is, "Hey, man, I know how to run an organization and get you 10 wins every year." Because I did that during my time in Dallas, and there are a lot of organizations that would love to have that. So you put that on your resume. Yep, and he's going to be.
But what about the ultimate goal? What about the main goal, the Super Bowl?
Oh no, I don't think.
I'm just shocked. Mike McCarthy got that one Super Bowl years ago in Green Bay. And oh God, I said, man, I don't think this dude.
Okay,
Mr. Oklahoma.
Now, so if you're gonna take that tone with him and that one ring, what you got on Jim Harbaugh? Is that Jim? Yeah, Jim. No, the brother in Baltimore. That's.
I think you have.
Jim is. That's Joe. No, that's Joe.
John.
That's John. Sorry. What you got? What you got on the Baltimore Ravens coach?
Yeah, but my Ravens.
How many rings he got?
I think he got a better chance than Mike McCarthy.
Why?
Because I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens, man.
But they haven't won one yet with Lamar, and he only got one ring like McCarthy. So I honestly don't think that. I don't think organizations, when they interview and they look at you, I don't think they say, "Hey man, you got to take us to a Super Bowl." I don't think that's it. What I think is, "Hey man, you got to get us to the playoff and get us a home game for additional revenue." You got to, because sponsors and the amount of money we get. Yeah, the ultimate goal for everybody is to get it, but I don't think that you put all your eggs in a basket to say that's what you do. I honestly don't think so. Because if you think about it, we look at Harbaugh as John. We look at John as a great coach. But he only got the one ring, just like McCarthy. You look at Shanahan in San Francisco as a great coach. How many rings he got? 0. So if you're thinking of it, that's the thing McCarthy's always gonna have. I got one, you got none.
Yeah.
And until if we ring knocking, that's what we say in the Army. But if you ring knocking, that means you got that big thing and you knock it on the table. That's the deal. So I don't think that matters. I think people are gonna want what he can give you, that regular season continuity of running an organization and getting you 10 wins. I think that's what he's saying.
Is Dak Prescott don't stay with Dallas? Because man, I be hearing so many people in the store. When I be going to the store, they said Dak Prescott is not. I'm blankety blank. I'm gonna leave it like that.
No, I think he's got to go.
Is Dak Prescott gonna stay in Dallas? I
think he's got to go. And if Travis was here, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I remember Travis's face turned. He wanted to be pleasant, but he was irritated with that. And I thought, because we said, no, we're not going to get rid of him. Yeah. But no, I think you have to. A new coach has to come in and be hamstrung to that. That's tough. Ooh. And are we going to get a full season out of Dak with that amount of money?
I was about to say, y'all just paid him all that money.
I think there's organizations. Well, Kirk Cousins got paid a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got benched.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's the. And then look what Michael Penix is doing. So I think Dallas has to look at Atlanta and say, hey, man, look, Denver did it. Yeah. They got rid of the Russell Wilson contract. Mm-hmm. And what happened? They made the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. And then look at Atlanta. They got rid of Kirk Cousins, and they found out, even though they still drafted right behind Cousins, they found out, hey, we got one. Yeah. And so Dallas, I think you got to do it. And again, you let that money go. You go get a rookie contract. Go get one of these quarterbacks. Yeah, I think you got to do it. Second round, third round guy.
Yeah.
Next year, Carson Beck says he's coming out.
Let me switch topics real quick. Boy, that Donovan Mitchell, boy, for Cleveland is a bad man, boy.
Come out.
Just think if LeBron was at Cleveland now. God dog it.
Yeah.
That Donovan Mitchell is a bad man, boy. I love to see that dude play, boy.
Yeah. He's highlight.
He is a highlight. I've been keeping up with the Cavs a little bit. He didn't play yesterday. In the game before that, I ain't gonna lie, Donovan Mitchell did start terrible, but he picked it up towards the end.
Yeah. The shine.
I watched that game between Cleveland and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma. I watched that game, man. One of them was 31-5. One was 31-4.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good game.
That was a great basketball game.
Yeah, it was. For those who don't know that one, Cleveland beat Oklahoma 129-122. A lot of people think the Oklahoma Thunder were the best team in the NBA. But Oman Frere, the Cleveland Cavaliers are 32-4, 19-1 at home.
Shout out to the kid from Round Jared Allen.
Don't sleep on them.
Yeah. I mean, they're number one in the East. They're number one in the East.
Yes, sir.
KC's number one in the West.
Yes, sir.
I'm just hoping, watching this, that they can make it to the semifinals, the playoffs on the East side.
So you didn't say Boston. You didn't say Boston. You say Cleveland, number one Cleveland. In the East.
Because Boston already got one.
And I want people to know that. Mm-hmm. Mr. Oklahoma, he talked about the number one team in the West. What about the number two team in the West? What you got on that?
You talking about the Rockets?
Yes, sir. That's where you from.
You know what? The Rockets is kicking up a lot of dust right now because I know they won last night. But
Oh, he got a butt.
It, baby.
Man, why you got a butt? Come on. Everyone got one, but we ain't got to talk about yours. Come on, brother.
You know what? I watch a lot of bottles, my screen on my TV.
Yeah.
I keep up with a lot of bottles, man. Just like the women basketball,
Yeah.
South Carolina, they won last night. I mean, they blew people out. Texas won,
Yes, sir.
But, man, I keep up with it. I watch the bottom of my screen a lot. In football and basketball and all that, man. I watch that a lot because these girls be playing for ball, boy.
Oh no, we can tell. We can tell that you are one of our more eclectic callers, and you span. You're so diverse. You span all of the different genres. We go through them all. So I want to ask you one quick little thing here before we go. We got to jump off with you.
Yeah.
You normally do talk women's basketball.
Yes, sir.
So I kind of want to just hear your take on the rankings. UCLA is still undefeated. South Carolina is number 2. They have 1 loss.
Right.
And then Notre Dame comes behind them. Yes, sir.
Notre Dame is number 3.
Yeah, and then Juju Watkins from USC is number 4, and they only have 1 loss. That sounds like a lot of chalk right there, but you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Because
I am.
I'm setting you up right here. See, I'm setting you up because they all above Texas. Do you think Texas should be above any of those teams at 15-1?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Because Texas won last night. I think it was 87. But I don't think they can mess with South Carolina. I don't think they can mess with USC.
Not yet.
I don't think they can be mess with UCLA. But we'll see.
Tomorrow.
We'll see.
Sorry, the 12th. They play South Carolina at South Carolina on the 12th. That's the very next game. And that's why I was going there. Because I wanted to see, but you're rational. So you passed the test. But I wanted to see what you was going to say. Because either way, I was going to argue it either way. I'm prepared. Yeah. So I was going to say, we're going to sell it on the court January 12th. That's how I want to end it with you.
Douglas, I used to be a basketball freak just like you, man, because I played so much basketball. I pulled my Achilles, man, because I had to have a jump.
Yeah.
Had that jumper going on, but I had a UT outside playing basketball. I pulled my Achilles, and that was it, So.
Hey,
anyway,
what you doing this weekend?
Anyway, tomorrow, man, we got a lot of games on, NFL, all that tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm going to be glued to my TV. And I already got my popcorn,
Yeah. I know you got that popcorn ready. Hey, thanks for calling in, Mr. Oklahoma. We got to jump.
All right.
Hey, we appreciate you.
All right, man. I'll see y'all later.
We appreciate you. I was trying to get there, but, hey, he all business. But I was trying to get there. Jamal.
Yeah.
If Mr. Oklahoma and you, because y'all was both talking about y'all's jumper. I don't have a jumper. I'm a playmaker. I'm not a shooter. I know my role. But who's winning in a shooting competition between you and Mr. Oklahoma?
I hardly ever lose shooting competitions.
Oh my God! Now we know he's gonna call back after this. But Mr. Oklahoma,
I'm not picking up the phone.
We ready, Mr. Oklahoma? We ready? Come on! I know you ready. He's scared. I guarantee you, he's scared. He don't want none of that. Well, it's been a while, but back in Houston, I was nice with it, but.
He's calling glass every single shot he takes.
Oh, he one of them dudes.
Glass.
Hey, how many headbands, wristbands you think he gonna show up and play with?
1 headband, 3 wristbands.
Shorts above the knee or below the knee?
Oh wow. Ooh.
I think he gonna have a baggy, the Fab Five, because he's older than both of us, but he got that young man vibe, and I think he made the transition. Yeah. I don't think he's booty hugger dude. We gotta get there, but hey, that's a hot game coming up on the 12th at they're in Columbia at South Carolina for Texas. So I know I made some people mad there when I was reading off the teams who was the top 4. I know who number 5 was, and I just want to see if he was rational. So I just want us all to be rational, because it's going to take care of itself, people. That's all I'm saying. It'll take care of itself. Do what you got to do against number 2 South Carolina, and you won't be number 5 no more.
Facts.
But if you get beat in at home, because you got to be a good away team too.
Yeah.
You just can't. And they're coming in January, because I already bought my ticket. I'm going to that one. They're coming, and yeah, that's down the road though. But you got to do it now. You want to beat a champion, you got to slay the champion. You can't duck and dive. You got to do it. And then now might be the time to get UCLA and USC, because the Wildfires, it may keep them away. Their games may have to be, if they haven't already been postponed, because I know they moved that Rams playoff game. That one got moved.
They moved.
And then
somebody else.
Something else got moved.
I want to say it could have been I think it was a basketball one, wasn't it?
It was a Clippers game.
It was
or Lake.
I think it was a
Lakers
game.
Lakers got moved because Reddick's house, his rental.
Yeah.
Because he's a New York dude.
Yeah.
His family's back in Brooklyn. I think he finished with the Brooklyn Nets when he retired. So his family is back there. He's a big family man. So he's like, yo, y'all stay there. New York is crazy, dog. It's like a black hole. It's hard to escape.
Yeah, that's
so when you get there, it's hard. Even for LA.
That's where I took my vacation with my family.
Yeah.
New York.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You just
One thing about New York.
I already know where you was.
Yeah.
Y'all was out on an island. You had on some khakis. No, you had a pink sweater.
It was
not
cold.
On your body. You had it crisscross tied across your neck.
Yeah.
you had your shades up on your head, and you was sipping tea the whole time.
So
that's the Januaries.
No,
the Ardell sweater wearing family that they are.
Close. Only thing you got right was the shades on my head. That's it. Literally. Pink sweater.
Yeah, that's what. I was trying to make you into that rich trust fund family. Yeah. Hey, you're listening to The Fans View. That's Jamal January of the January Clan. Man, how come I always got jokes for your family? They gonna roll up here one day.
They probably are.
Are you the peacemaker, or you just gonna step back and let me get stomped out?
I'm gonna let you get stomped.
Dang, you see, I figured you was gonna do that. Yeah. And I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. I am not in the studio, January family, right now, so y'all ain't got to come here. Yeah, you heard that bass come in, and then you get me. They was ready for them lyrics to come in. Yeah. But nah, we got to get to the sports, because this is The Fans View. This is KAZI 88.7 FM, broadcasting live from Austin, Texas. The guy over there, the mix master, the DJ, if you will. Because audio engineer is just so boring when you think about it. It's DJ JJ.
DJ JJ. Wow, that's a first.
Yeah, I know. Jamal January over there. Thanks, Jamal.
Tweaking the dials.
Yeah, because somebody got to do it.
Yep, somebody has to do it.
I would have had us sounding like Alvin and Chipmunks, just for the heck of it, just to be a gremlin. That's what I would have done. And I'm Douglas Paul Washington II.
That's why you're the villain, Douglas. That's why people call in and they don't like you.
I know. I heard that last week. I was driving away, so I texted y'all, and I was like, see, God don't like Hercules, because the phone cut off. But listen, I love it. I love when you call up. You can call for the good. You can call for the bad, because you're a listener. You're a fan of the show. And that's okay. Like, everybody don't get along.
Yeah.
Didn't Julius Caesar get stabbed in the back by one of his homies?
I think so.
Yeah. And then all the people that was at the Last Supper with Jesus, you think they all was down for Jesus? I mean, I thought there's a Judas in there, right? I don't want to get biblical too. I went to some Bible schools growing up, so I know a little something. But no, it's cool. And that's okay. This is not, it ain't communist rule here. You got the right to free speech. And, until the station manager says, nah, we good. And then I guess we good. Oh, and by the way, this volunteer, they ain't paying me. So they got to go get some other talent to come in. We're going to talk a few other things. Remember, you can call in at 512-836-2887. And we got somebody live right now. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey.
I love you guys' show, man.
Love it.
I love every show, man, from Saturday morning with the Genie and with everybody, you know what I'm saying, Donnie Garrett and
my boy James Gray. I love me some Dapper D though.
Oh, you definitely be listening, so you got me. Yeah. I do my thing on Wednesday. I do it then. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I love all you guys. I love you guys' show this morning, man, with you, Travis, and the rest of you guys to come on.
Yeah.
There on a daily basis, man. Yeah. It's a groove to hear you, man. And that Dapper thing, I gotta say, there's a lot of brothers out here. The Dapper, it's hating season. Yeah. On Dapper brothers. So be careful.
No doubt.
Hey, man, I was the other 2 months back, some brother called in and said, man, I don't really care for a bunch of Dapper D's or whatever.
Yep, I remember that.
I said, well, I do too, bro. I said, man, don't hate. Hate season always around. So you can't love some brothers that's got knowledge and fought for this country and doing some other things, man. I guess you got the hater syndrome. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't know what else he want.
Hey, man, I just want to call and give you guys some props, man, for this new year we got going on, because your brother's cold, you live. I love some Jabbar. I love you guys on Wednesday morning. Y'all bring it in, man. I love you guys, Sport Talks. And I like the little lady that calls in. I'm going to call her Sister Politics. She called in, y'all put her on hold sometimes.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You got some good politic takes at times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just wanted to come through and say it, man, to put some hype on today, because you guys is live, man. It's KZI. Keep it live.
Yep.
Thank you. This is the street rev.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They call it Reverend Street. They call it the Reverend Pimp C.
Yo, Street Rev, what's the good word? You got a word for us today? You got a word for us?
The word for the day is love, man, and be love, and don't worry about Travis Hunter and everybody, because they've been dating women like that until the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, there's always one that get got.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He just the latest.
That's that hater season coming in. And I was going to say, if it don't work out for me, marriage and all that, it comes with a lot of stipulations. So you're going to be with them. Love the one you're with. Don't worry about nobody else's stuff. Do your own thing.
Yep.
There's too much other stuff going on to worry about a brother marrying another race or whatever. You dig it? That's how we get together.
Yep.
Martin said, little black girls, little white boys, and girls, we always get together.
That's what he said.
You know what I'm saying?
Some conveniently forget that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And Malcolm X, when Malcolm X came back, he changed his tone. Because when he went over there, he saw some blonde hair, blue eyes, and he said, well, you know what? I gotta love them too. They my brothers and sisters too, and a lot of people didn't like that when he.
They can't understand it.
Exactly.
If you can't love, if you say you love God, and you never seen him, how can you love God and you don't even love the people you're around? Because we are the likeness, image of God. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's the word of the day is love one another, man. Yeah. Pray for each other. Yeah, I mean, the word for the day is love one another and pray for each other.
Street Rev, you put it down today. We appreciate you. You got us smiling over
there.
Hey,
man. I love you guys, man. I'll tell you. I'll be hitting y'all back, man.
Okay.
All right, Dap.
Have a great day. Yeah, hey, he's referring to we have a morning talk show 7:30 to 10. It's called the Morning Grind. We'll do that 5 days a week. Every day there'll be someone, and we bring in local talent. We bring in national audiences. I encourage you guys to check out the morning drop. Look, when you're driving into work, you got to listen to something. I don't know what you're listening to, but that's what you should be listening to. The Morning Grind. Take it all the way to the left. We'll be there with you.
Dude, I'm ready to run through a brick wall.
Hey,
that was beautiful.
That was the battery in my back I needed. And you know what though? It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay if you just want to call up and say, what's popping?
Yeah.
We look at the numbers. We know somebody listening.
Absolutely.
The station manager ain't stupid.
We got somebody, I think that's Washington.
Yeah.
Maybe Tacoma, Washington. Yeah. Spokane.
It's okay.
Might be even Canada.
There are plenty of people that want to talk sports. I was talking to someone the other day, and I told him I do the show, and I said, when I talk it, we don't just drop statistics and be like, yeah, well, the plus and minus was very different for that guy. No, we don't get down like that. We tell the stories because the people are the story. The young men and women are the stories. Mm-hmm. We try to make this relatable. Like, we make that conscious effort. I got it. There are a lot of people that say, man, I just put KZI on and I just leave it there all day. Maybe they say, oh, I'm going to tune out when the sports comes in. But what I'm trying to do and my crew here, we're trying to make sure they tune in the whole time that we talking these sports. So remember, you can call in 512-836-2887, and then you can take us down whatever path you want to do. If you want to talk some cricket, we could do that. I got some friends that do that. I be watching it.
Pickleball.
I watch a lot of people. I just started playing pickleball last year myself. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Hey, we got to talk about this game tomorrow, brother.
Let's do it.
All right, so for those who don't know, we have one team already that's going to play in the college football national championship, and that's because
the game's today.
Oh, sorry, tonight. Yeah,
Tonight.
what did I say? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Mr. Oklahoma mentioned tomorrow as well.
Yeah,
I
he
hope
did.
He knows that it is tonight.
Well, he's still listening, so I think you just gave him some get right.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, the Ohio State Texas winner is going to now play Notre Dame from last night.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know later on tonight. But by tomorrow we'll know what the national championship will be. Maybe that's what he meant. I'm not so sure. But so we got number 8 Ohio State at 12-2 versus number 5 Texas. So you know what that tells me? If you're ranked number 5 and they're number 8, let me tell you how smart I am. That means you are supposed to win if your name is Texas.
Yep.
But something tells me you don't think that way. You think Texas is in for some trouble. Why is that?
You just look at the way Ohio State played against the number 1 team in the country.
Yes, sir.
Oregon Ducks. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. They're actually both in the same conference, Ohio State and Oregon.
Yes.
I think when they first played each other, Ohio State lost by
20 points. Let me see. Let me go back. Sorry. They lost by 1 point.
1 point.
Yes.
You get the chance to redeem yourself and play them again at a stadium that is closer to their side of the woods.
Yep.
You know?
It's West Coast to best coast.
Yeah, exactly. West Coast to best coast. Like
and now it's burnt toast.
Yep.
I used to live there. I could make the jokes. Come on, relax,
relax.
relax.
You used to live there. The Harlem Globetrotter himself.
I've been around the world.
Yeah. But anywho,
but that second game they lost by 20.
Second game, Oregon loses, gets demolished from start to finish, and it was just bad. So coming in, it's like they got a lot of momentum. That was the word I was looking for, coming into playing UT.
Okay, I'm so curious then. If Oregon beats Ohio State by 1 and Ohio State loses to Michigan, I'm just kind of curious on why so many people are so high on Ohio State. What I think after that loss to Michigan and the 1 point loss to Oregon, Ohio State got mad. And if you don't believe me, let me tell you what they did after that last loss to Oregon. They beat Iowa 35-7. They beat Michigan State 38-7. They beat Marshall 49-14. That was a home game. They beat Western Michigan 56-0. And then they beat Akron 52-6. So I just feel like when you look at those kind of wins, I just think that they were mad. After that Michigan loss, they were just mad because they were, as I told you, they were just killing everybody else. So after they lost to Michigan, they said, we got to get right. We're better than this. Let's prove it. And then they've been taking it out on fools. What do you think that's why you and others are so high on Ohio State and don't want to overlook them?
Yeah. I mean, like, what did Corey I'll also look at the roster too. Yeah. Because Corey talked about it last week. We've seen Ohio State, whatever that stupid amount of money was Ohio State paid for that roster. We're starting to see that, them pieces come together now. And they got pieces everywhere, and they not only have pieces everywhere, but they got superstars everywhere too.
Yes.
So the second string O lineman can go for the second string center.
Yeah.
At Ohio State, he can go be a starter
for
Notre Dame right now.
Yes, he could
if he literally left. So.
All right. So going into this game, would you say Texas has to? Does Texas have to worry about Ohio State, or does Ohio State have to worry about Texas?
Texas has to worry about Ohio State, right? And we saw, at the Big 12 champion. I'm over here thinking they're still in the Big 12. We saw at the SEC championship game. Texas can't get over the Georgia hump.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
We saw at this past bowl game that Texas played, the very first one against Arizona State. Texas has the lead, blows the lead, lets Arizona State back in, and it doesn't look right. Mm-hmm. Now, when we go look at Ohio State's playoff journey, right, plays Tennessee, dusts the brakes off of them. Plays Oregon, dusts the brakes off of them. So, when you look at momentum is a big key with me, The momentum says that Ohio State is going to potentially beat the brakes off of Texas.
Well, don't forget, you did mention Arizona State, but in that Clemson game in the second half,
thank you so much. I don't know
Clemson outscored them in the second half, 14-10. But
that thing. What did I talk about last week? Letting off the gas.
Yes, sir.
Letting off the gas. If UT does that to this Ohio State team, they're in for it's going to be trouble.
All right, I just want to know one other thing here. Mm-hmm. Quinn Ewers.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of talk about what Quinn's going to do. He has another year of eligibility. A lot of people think that Quinn should come back and spend another year in college since he has the eligibility. And so there's going to be an opportunity to go pro. He could stay. Carson Beck pulled himself out. He was going to go pro. Shadur Sanders, Cam Ward. We'll see which those two come out. Let's take this live call. Thanks for calling in. You are live on the air.
Good morning, brothers. Good morning, brothers. You guys are awesome, man. I love the energy, especially that last caller, man. He was on point.
Yeah, appreciate you. He had us beaming over here. It's nice to hear good things. I ain't even gonna lie. Even we need it.
Yes, sir. But yeah, Dapper D, man, you the man. You and JJ, I love to hear you guys talk, especially about football. The game tonight,
yeah,
Ohio State is going to be a problem for Texas, but
I know.
This is what I see. I see this game is going to be won by two things. It's going to be won in the trenches, and it's also going to be won by special teams, just like last night. What I see in this game, the receiver, the number 4, the freshman. I think what PK is going to do, I think he's going to bracket him with Barron and McCooper. On the other side, I think they're going to try to attack Muhammad, but they're going to have Taff on that side with him, helping him out.
Yep.
I think what's going to happen, those linebackers going to have to play those curl and hook zones. But if we can get to Howell early and often, we can shake him.
Exactly.
We can shake him because we played against him before. He played at Kansas State. And so if we can, whoever can run the ball,
right. Oh, great.
That's where it's going to happen right there.
Okay, I'm glad you got to that. That's literally you threw me the alley-oop, man. That's exactly what I was going to ask you next. Now, Ohio State in their last game, they shut the run game down for Oregon. Oregon rushed the ball 28 times and ended up with negative 23 points. If Texas can't run the ball, can Quinn win it?
Quinn is, to me, he's like Melrose. Him and Melrose are the same people, but Melrose is more athletic.
Yeah.
Because he can use his legs. But both of those quarterbacks, if you give them a running game, they'll eat you up. If it comes to just passing, that's what Quinn, sometimes you have a problem with that. Now, I was real impressed with those last two possessions that we had against Arizona State.
Yes, sir.
He came clutch. But to your point, I think that's going to be the issue. Can Quinn get us over the hump? If you protect him, he'll get you. If he has to run and pocket breaks down, that's where trouble's going to happen.
We saw Scatterbo do his thing. I think everyone was impressed throughout the nation, and he did that against the vaunted Longhorns defense, their run stoppers. I'm not saying that Ohio State has a Scatterbo, but that happened, and that had to put a little chink in the armor. And I just want to ask you one other little thing then. Arizona State passed for 296 yards. So they passed for 296 and they ran for 214. Now, does that worry you anything when it comes to what the Longhorns are giving up right now? Do you think they tired?
No, if you look at what Arizona State did, they threw the ball up and down the field, but when it got into the red zone, it was tight.
Yes.
We can't allow those explosive plays, and even if we do, our defense is strong enough in the red zone. Yeah. I mean, I just think Texas is going to have to play like Texas. I mean, they can't go in and take, quarters off and this and that because, just like last night, those type games really don't start until the second half. Because after that time, you go in and make adjustments and you see what the other team is doing. And at this time of the year, trends are real. What people have done all year long, very seldom will they break trends. They did last night a couple times.
Yeah.
Penn State did. But I do believe that Texas has just as much talent as anybody in the country.
I want to get you.
I think. Go ahead.
No, apologies. I'm just anxious because I know we don't have a lot of time, and I just wanted to ask you because, sir, you spitting it. You getting interviewed right now. That's what I feel like. Okay, how about this then? I like what you said. You said you go into halftime, you make adjustments. But Jamal and I were just saying right before you called that we feel like in the second half, Texas hasn't been adjusted. And that Arizona State, if you take the totality of the second half, 28 points were scored in the second half and overtime by Arizona State. In totality, Texas only got 22. Now we know what happened. We know what happened. 39-31 is where, but they got outscored in the second half. In the third and the fourth quarters, they were outscored 21-7 by Arizona State. So what makes you feel so confident they're going to make the adjustments? Because we feel like something's happening, and that the adjustments aren't being made. They're letting the foot off the gas, is what Jamal said.
Mm-hmm.
Texas seems to take off in the third. I mean, they take off. I mean, they stop playing in the third quarter. Against Arizona State, first two possessions they gained.
Yeah,
and so Texas going in as an underdog. I think that's going to put a fire up under them. They've not been an underdog all year.
Yeah.
Nobody believes that they can beat Ohio State. But we're going to have to be disciplined. We can't give away yardage on penalties and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's going to be a good game, man. I don't think it's going to be a runaway. I think if we can control the line of scrimmage, if we can put pressure on Howell, just as Ohio State can put pressure on Quinn, it goes both ways.
Yeah. It does.
It's going to be a good game, man. I think Texas will edge them out, but it's going to be tight.
All right.
Because if you look at our running game, I like Wisner. He's one of the running backs. He don't break long runs, but every carry he gets the most out of every carry. With Blue, all he needs is a crease.
Oh yeah.
And it's home. He's taking it to the house.
Yep.
Yeah, he gone. So it's gonna be a good game, brother. I mean, it's gonna be an excellent game.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
It's in Jerry's World, AT&T Stadium.
So
there in Arlington, Texas.
Okay.
So, yeah, you were right, sir. Hey, thanks for calling in, brother. That was a great call.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
What's that?
Mr. January, are you related to Donnie January?
That's my dad.
Say, man, that's my dude, man. I mean, well, I'm not going to say. Your Aunt Janelle and Chevelle, we used to hang out with them.
Wow.
And he's a little younger than I, but that has always been true. I mean, he's always been a hustler, man. And I got much respect for him. So I know you was cut from a good cloth, bro.
Hey, sir, I got a question. Since I always be coming for the Januaries, should I get escorted to my car? Because I always got January jokes.
Hey, Dapper D.
Yeah.
Hey, Dapper D. Leave them people alone, bro.
I heard it here first.
They like that, man. They like that for real. They like that, man.
I'm gonna step
leave
back.
Leave them alone, man.
I'm gonna step back.
But no, man, I really enjoy your show, man. I talked to y'all about a month ago. I'm Ed Fleming. I played the linebacker. Just call me brother linebacker.
Are you play Reagan?
But I was at Reagan, went to North Texas.
Okay, I remember.
Just call me Mr. LB.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but your people are great people, man. Your grandmother, man, she was always on point, man. She was always on point. You never saw her. You never saw her out of style. She would say, man, she could put it together, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard so many stories about my grandma back in the day. But thank you so much.
High class, man. High class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you good people, man. I already, if Donnie's your dad,
Yes, sir.
you
Donnie,
good, you good as gold, bro.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Tell him Ed said hello next time you talk to him, man.
Oh, he's probably listening to the show right now. He can probably hear you.
Is he?
Yes, sir.
He's always been like that, man. He was from day one, first day I met him, and he was always smiling, but he was always about his business. He had strong hustle, you know, not street hustle, but just the right way to do things, and that's what I love about him.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It really means a lot.
That's cool to hear. That's Austin, baby.
Yes,
that's Austin.
Hey, hook him. I think we're gonna come out with this one, bro.
Hey, let's do it. LB, thanks for the insight. There was some great insight. Yeah, I do remember. I remembered you from before, but I was wondering why that insight was so good. You saw, that's why I kicked in. I was like, this brother's spitting it. I had questions I wanted, and you delivered. So thanks for the call. That was a great call.
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you for taking the call.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the day. Yeah. You saw. I came to life. Like I had one more question teed up. I was going to ask him because he was good. But hey, that's why we do it. This is a community radio station. We are of the people. Yeah. Jamal and we have no problems. There's so much to cover. We could sit up here and we could do it. But we would love to hear from y'all. The local connect. Like him knowing your dad like that, that's cool. Because remember, we Googled him last time we were talking. And this time, man, he keep dropping manhole covers every time he come on. Yeah. Not dimes, manhole covers. That's Austin, baby. Beautiful Austin. Broadcasting live from here, this is the Fans View. KZI 88.7 FM. You can be on the TuneIn app, or you can go to kzifm.org, and you'll be able to tune in.
To LB, right?
Yeah.
LB, my dad just texted me if you're still listening, and he said he loves you, man.
All right. Sponsor break. Yeah, we got that local flavor. It was cool because Austin is the capital city, but Jamal January is from the city. A man of the streets. Born and raised. The clan is from the city, and that's cool. People know you. We're not that big of a city. You know, we're not a Houston, we're not in New York, not in Los Angeles. So, you know, somebody can know somebody, but man, he named off aunts.
It is.
So he know kin folk.
He named both of my dad's sisters.
Yep. How many brothers and sisters your dad had?
Just them
two. Okay,
just
so
them two.
Man, he know the whole
family.
He
named the whole family.
And he knew his grandma, he knew Granny. Wow, that's cool. So if you didn't know, the capital of Texas is Austin. That means if you have to listen to a sports program, you gotta start at the top, because we're gonna cover it all. If you're in Dallas, they gonna lean heavy Dallas. If you in San Antonio, they gonna lean heavy San Antonio. If you're in Houston, they definitely leaning that way. We right smack dab, and not geographically in the middle, but we get a little people from up north in Dallas, from back east in Houston, and out west in San Antonio. And we all here. So make sure you tell a friend to tune in, because this is community radio. We need contributions. We need your support, and we need listeners. So if they're on terrestrial radio, if they're local, they already know 88.7. But again, you can use the TuneIn app, or you can go to our website, kazifm.org. That is Jamal January over there.
Tweaking the dials.
And he not only tweaking them, he's flicking them. He's pushing them.
Answering your calls.
He's being a little too rough with him, if you ask me. I think he got some aggression. Did you?
What?
Did you have some breakfast today?
No.
Yeah, I could tell. I
got 2 bottles of water.
He's a little cranky. and your body is refuting it right now. It's like, oh, you gonna give us water, brother? We need sustenance. We need some eggs, some waffles. Yeah. And I am Douglas Paul Washington II. We are here broadcasting live. Now, the Cotton Bowl is coming up.
Yep.
That is tonight, 6:30 p.m. That'll be on ESPN. Jerry's World, I don't know if tickets are still available. You waited a little too long, so you might just be selling it at home. Maybe you're going to invite some people over, get some brisket, and then do what you got to do and watch that game. I am very curious, Jamal, on some NFL games that we got.
Oh, yeah.
we're going to make a transition. If you do call in, though, I know, look, there's some people that probably would want 45 minutes of Texas talk. Hey, you can still call in. You know, we stop in the middle of our tracks, and then we'll tend to you. And then we'll get that train chugging again.
There are, just to go back to what you said earlier, there are still tickets available to the Cotton Bowl.
Yo.
For those, if we have any Dallas listeners out there, you can be in the nosebleeds for $242.
Good Lord.
But
you're in the environment. Because, hey, 19 years, brother. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So the angst is real. The hype is real. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you because when I asked you earlier, I was living in Boston when the Celtics won. That was the KG, the Paul Pierce, and that was cool, man.
Anything is possible?
That was my first, yes. And that was my first. I went to a ton of games. I was there for the parade, and that was my first parade, and it was lit, man. It was so exciting. Just we were all hugging. I wasn't even from there. I just lived there. And I walked there from Boston is a very small city. I walked there from my job to the route, and I was right near the TD Garden, their stadium. It was a lot of fun, man. All right, NFL on Saturday, Chargers, Texans.
Yep.
Listen, the Texans, I'm a little worried about them. I don't know what to expect. They haven't been looking good. The Chargers look good. They've got 11 wins. They have a great 6-3 away record.
Yeah.
So this game is in Houston for those who don't know, because the Houston Texans won their division. So it's a home game for the Texans. Jamal, tell me something, brother, because I know you want the Texans to win.
Yeah.
I met my wife down there in San Diego when they were the San Diego Chargers. You know, I used to live in L.A., so I'm not saying I'm leaning towards the Chargers, but I don't want to be a bandwagon and say I'm a Texans fan. So I want you to lead the way. Tell me, brother, what are we doing? Make me feel good about the Texans.
What if I can't, though?
Oh, see? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and remember, 512-836-2887. If you could help me, your boy over here, I'm bleeding confidence. I like the Texans. In my fantasy team, that was my defense all year, because I thought with a defensive-minded coach, he was going to have another year with them. This was going to be their year. I was all in. They're getting Ansari back, right? Do you think that is the hype machine that they need as their leader?
Maybe, man. I don't know. I lost a little faith in Texans football from that Christmas game.
Yes, sir.
Against Baltimore.
Yeah, not a good look.
Not a good look at all.
Because you're going against top talent in the AFC, and you're supposed to be peaking, but they did not
at all. And then receiver number, I guess we can maybe give him receiver number 1, Diggs, out. Receiver number 3,
yes, sir.
Tank Dell, out.
Yes, sir.
So you're relying on Nico, who's a touchdown machine, but
Yes,
you're also, and then who's next up? John Mechie,
Yeah,
I believe.
But ain't nobody fearing Mechie.
Nobody
Mechie
fearing
got to
Mechie.
go get it. We know about Nico.
Yeah.
But I think teams are scheming as if you really only got the one guy. Let's see if Mechie could beat us.
Yeah.
Do you think that the gruesome knee injury, I didn't look at it. I don't go back and look at that stuff. Brother, I'm an Army veteran. I got PTSD. I have seen I've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm squeamish with it. I don't want to see nobody hurt. I can't deal with that. So I think that is my PTSD. So do you think that was in their mind, that it took them down a peg? That because it's hard to rebound from that.
Yeah.
I know that the quarterback. I know the quarterback was tight. Yeah, he looked shook on the sideline when the injury happened, and it just takes a while.
Yeah.
Do you think that took a little bit out of him, especially like I said with Ansari out too?
I think it did because he did get emotional.
Yes,
and
sir.
when they asked him in the post game interviews, he said, "That's my dog."
Yeah.
Literally, Tank is literally my dog.
Yeah.
Tank literally called me on draft day and told the Texans to come get him. And then he was also thinking about the times, just looking at the stuff Tank's gone through. Tank going back home in Florida and got shot.
Yep.
And it still came back and was able to play, thank the Lord. But yeah, I think it did take a toll on CJ. But right now, this franchise needs you bad, man.
They seem like a tight group. It seems like it's all fam over there, and I really like that. I'm rooting for them. I love it, and I want them to do it while they got a quarterback on a rookie contract. I think everybody want to come.
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to come. Hey, I'm gonna do this to you. I've been waiting all week to do this to you. Tyreek Hill is coming to the Texans.
Yeah, he probably is, man. It's whatever, bro. Like,
so for those who don't know, Jamal January is a Miami Dolphins fan. And at the end, it was a horrible season. And at the end of the last game, with the emotions high, that's what the problem is. When you interview Jamal right after he runs the hurdles, you gonna get whatever comes off the top of his dome with lack of oxygen. Yeah. And then same thing with Tyreek. You get him right after a loss, not feeling good. He's gonna say what he said, and he said, "Man, I'm out." And we could. You ain't got to read into that. The brother said he's out. Now, you can say, I'm out of this locker room. I mean, you could try to walk that back. Here's what the organization has to do. They have to say, well, on the exit interview, which they did say, he didn't ask about leaving. You know why they got to do that? Because you got to protect the investment.
Yeah.
You can't negotiate in good faith if people know that he wants out of there. That cuts the legs out from under us. So we all, and you try to get him to say it, he can't... Hey, brother, don't unfollow us on social media. Don't do none of that. Yeah. We will get you out. You want to go? We will make some calls at the end of the season and try to get you somewhere. We're going to try it, but we got to protect the investment.
I'm just a little curious where he's going to end up or where he wants to go, because he talked about how before that he wanted to playing in Miami was a dream for him.
Right.
He was thinking about retiring in Miami.
Right.
You know, sadly, he did have an issue with his home. Catching on fire and everything in Miami. So it just makes me wonder, okay, if you're looking to go to a place you want to retire, and then you say this your first time not making the playoffs and you're angry about it and you want to go to a playoff team, it makes me wonder what team out there has a great location and playoff contender for the future years to come. You know, Houston is a great spot that you just named.
Yes, sir.
You know, Michael Parsons on his podcast tried to make a pitch for Dallas, but literally people in the comments were like, he literally said he wanted to make the playoffs. What part did people were like throwing shade right at the Cowboys? But yeah, just makes me wonder, where would Tyreek? And then you go to Dallas, you know, CD already gets mad whenever he doesn't get the ball.
Right.
You know, he's one of those kind of receivers. So it kind of makes me wonder, Where does this guy want to end up?
Well, allow me to answer that for you.
Go ahead.
You go a place that has a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal. You go to Chicago. You go link him up with Caleb Williams, great quarterback. Get a couple of those guys out of there. Get a couple of those guys out. You could trade those guys away, and plenty of us will take them. Keenan Allen needs to go. And they know he needs to go. They just wanted to kick the tires, hope he could stay healthy, and all things came together, but it didn't. Keenan Allen's got to go. Yeah. And I think some teams may take him here and there. He could go to New England. New England, even though they fired their coach,
they sure did.
They think that Drake May is their franchise guy. Demario Douglas, does that scare you as their top wide receiver? No. And so it stops there. But you put Tyreek there, and now Demario as a number 2. That's a great number 2 wide receiver.
We can even get even more deeper with these rookie contracts. Penix over there in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Get rid of Michael. Wait.
No.
There's no big money there.
Yeah. Drake London.
Because Bijan. Right? Well, no. I was saying you're gonna have to let something go. Yeah. Because
Kirk.
No, the number two, Mooney.
Oh yeah.
Mooney is good.
Yeah.
And London is good.
And I like Raymond McLeod too.
I know. I hate for Mooney to move to 3 now.
Yeah.
But they got to get Kirk's. His contract's got to go, and I think some people will take it. Especially the Jets might take it when they let Aaron go, because that's the guy you want. Fact. Because Kirk Cousins will be drinking the Kool-Aid. He'll be great for the community. Yeah. He can handle the big city. I don't think that's going to be a problem because he doesn't. He won't be in the media. He won't be cranky. He'll be happy to have a job, and he can sling it to the receivers that are there, because I don't know if they're going to get rid of Devontae.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one yet. So that would be a good place to go. Carolina is not a bad place to go because Bryce Young looked better when he came back.
He's starting to come up.
Which proves, in my opinion, they gave up on him too quick.
They did.
What's the expectation? What was the expectation for Carolina? Did any of us think that they was going to win 10 games?
No, but I think what made it a problem, why they gave Bryce Young so much crap, is because Bryce Young was drafted number 1.
Yes.
CJ was drafted number
Yes.
2. In the fan base and everybody is thinking, okay, Bryce Young should have a better season than C.J. Stroud, but C.J. Stroud just blew up and had the best rookie season I've seen in a minute.
Okay.
And so,
what were you and I just talking about the Texans?
Yeah.
Would you take Adam Thielen over Nico, Tank Dell, any of the receivers?
Yeah, no.
At best, 36, I believe, year old Adam Thielen is a number 3 or 4 receiver on any other team. But
Facts.
they went in as that guy was going to be the number 1 guy. Chuba Hubbard. Coming into the season, did anybody think that Chuba Hubbard was going to run wild like Saquon Barkley? Yeah. So to me, you could start there. Charlotte's a bad city, though, man. Let me tell you, it is bad meaning good, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. I love me some Charlotte. Do a lot of house dancing out there, but Charlotte's a great city, and it again. You know it's a good city because they got an NBA team too. So he's going to have some culture. He's going to have some things to do. Big bank and Bank of America is out of there. So there's some money in that city. We don't know what Vegas is going to do. But if Vegas gets to get Shador or Cam Ward,
they need a quarterback so bad. And
I bet Tariq would take one of them.
Absolutely. I'm thinking so too. And especially like that thing he mentioned, like retiring in Miami. If he wants to go to a big city, what is it? What is Vegas called? Sin City? Literally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Literally. I think you'll look good in that silver
and for the
black.
record, I'm in so everybody's geographical knowledge, it's a 3-hour drive, a little more, but 3-hour drive from Vegas to Los Angeles.
No, it's funny you mentioned that the Raiders getting a quarterback, which is why I think they fired Antonio Pierce because he didn't tank, at the end.
That's
because
what I think.
You look at their draft placement in the draft. I think they have pick number 7 or something like that, or maybe pick number 9. And then I've been looking at some mock drafts, you know, Cam Ward and Shador, the 2 best prospects in this draft class, are supposed to be gone within the first 5 picks, I think, or something like that. And now that we've seen, I just saw something. Now that we've seen Deshaun Watson has re-ruptured his Achilles, the Browns are definitely looking to get somebody. Yeah, just in case because they're probably not going to re-sign Jameson. That's what I guess.
So Tennessee needs somebody. They got the number 1 pick. Cleveland now has the number 2 pick.
Yeah,
they got to go get somebody.
Exactly.
So Shador and Cam Ward are happy because up until then they didn't know.
Yeah,
they thought they might drop to number 3. New York Giants need somebody. That's 3 quarterbacks right there. Carson Beck might put himself back into the draft because he took himself out for those. I think we mentioned it earlier, but Carson Beck got hurt in the SEC title game, couldn't play the second half, and he put himself into the draft. Now he took himself out.
Yeah,
he may have to put himself back in. New England Patriots have their person. They're the number 4 pick, as you mentioned. But Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville should cut bait on Trevor Lawrence.
Really?
I honestly do. I am not sold. I think we should have saw something. I put his stats. I mentioned it. I put his stats up against Jacoby Brissett, and they're very similar. That doesn't sound elite to me.
What about his backup, Mac Jones? Not a believer?
No.
Yeah, neither am I.
If Mac Jones was in Minnesota, I think he would be Sam Darnold. I honestly do. But Jacksonville is not Minnesota. So I think Mac Jones needs to go find a quarterback whisperer and save his career. Yeah. And then the Vegas have the 6th pick currently, according to ESPN.com.
The reason I mention this because this will be the 2nd year in a row that they miss out on getting a top elite rookie QB. We saw it happen last year when they I don't think Vegas was expecting Atlanta to draft Penix, and that's where things went shaky.
Yeah. Okay, do you think that they were mad at Antonio Pierce, you had one job. It's just to go out. But he said, no, I'm a man of principle and the integrity. And it prevents me from, bro, just play ball. Nah, man, this is my record. Y'all messing with my record. And then at that point, you lost the room.
Yeah.
And I get it. He's a player coach. He's down for the players. And to him, I can't go and look that locker room in the eye knowing what I'm trying to do or what they want me to do. I have to fall on the sword and live to fight another day. And maybe he'll live in infamy amongst players because they'll know. And maybe the word to get out that, nah, bro, he knew brothers needed tape. And that's why he got fired.
Yeah.
And if you want to stand on business, if you want to stand on that principle, yo, if y'all want to fire me because I'm doing this, then y'all want for me anyway. So then I need to go.
Yeah.
This organization. I was just happy to have a job. But if that's how y'all are, y'all get what y'all deserve. I'm out. Somebody will take me. I think I'll get a chance further on. That's what I'm thinking. Just seeing how his personality is. I felt that was my Antonio impersonation of Pearson. Yeah. So number 7 is the Jets. And you know what? I mean, they last year they went and got that Florida State quarterback, but he didn't.
Travis.
He didn't see the field
because he's coming off an injury.
Yes,
he had another one of those gruesome injuries.
Gruesome. Yeah, and so
one of those hit drop tackles.
I don't think they know what they got in him. Yeah, but if something could fall to them, I think they have to take it. Carolina Panthers are number 8. Yeah, and that's good for them.
That's great for the Panthers
because there's 2 teams ahead of them that don't need quarterbacks, and so whatever you want to go get could be there for you. Edge rusher at Penn State, Abdul Carter. That could be a good push for
Where's
them.
Number 11, Stick City. Literally, great.
Because they got Derek Brown. He's on IR because of his knee.
Funny thing you mentioned Abdul Carter because Micah came out and said it's only right that the NFL lets me and Abdul play together.
Hey.
But that means that the Cowboys will not be taking Genty, that first rounder. That's assuming Abdul falls back.
Right.
I don't think he's going to. So, but yeah.
It's so curious to me about that because we know what they have to do and with somebody block. For those who don't know, last night in that game, Abdul Carter had 5 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 1 pass deflected.
And he's one. In my opinion, there were 3 plays they could have called a holding on that offensive line.
Yes, he definitely is going top 10. He acquitted himself last night. LB, I know you nodding your head right now. That boy looked good.
Yeah, and
that's a great opportunity for him. And this sounds so bad that Deshaun Watson got hurt because now he's saying, "Good, I ain't got to go to Cleveland."
Yeah, they got no choice.
He rooting.
I think that third. I don't know who it is. Is it Jalen Milroe? I think that's the third draft prospect.
Yes, sir.
I know one. I saw one thing. Drew Aller was up there.
It's funny you say that. Now this is good for Jalen Milroe, especially now that Carson Beck is out.
Yeah.
Okay, Jalen. Whoever was in your ear and told you to go, because I said last week, bro, don't go. But hey. Go. It's there for you. And then New Orleans Saints are number 9, so they're gonna need to get somebody.
Yeah.
We gotta run through these games to make sure because I gotta know who you're going for in the games for tomorrow. Yeah. So we talk Chargers Texans. Yeah. You're leading with your heart. So right? That somehow
I think that Chargers are going to win, but I want the Texans to win.
I know. So okay. Yeah. All right. And then so that's a 3:30 game. That'll be CBS and Paramount. Yeah. It's the 7 p.m. game on Prime Video. It's going to be Steelers Ravens. This is at Baltimore. Lord have mercy. It's 31 degrees there now, but I don't think that matters for Steelers football.
Yeah, it don't
matter. But
Steelers.
Who you got, brother?
Lamar, man.
Hey, do you go back? Do you take Russell Wilson out?
No.
Just ride it out with them?
Ride it out with them, man.
All right. So we agree on that. I think it's the Ravens. I think this is the time.
Baltimore will lose this game if they go in playing it like how they played the Chiefs in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
You know.
Hesitant to run?
Man,
let Lamar fly.
Yeah, literally.
He lost weight just for that. And he does look fast.
Yeah.
Now, on Sunday, we got the Broncos and the Bills. This is in Orchard Park, New York. Brother, you got to go to Buffalo. You got to go see Niagara Falls. It's all next to each other. And then right across that falls is Toronto.
Yeah.
So take the trip, man. Don't go this time of year, but you should take that trip. So what say you? Broncos, Bills with the rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. And I'm going to tell you, that's another place that Tyreek Hill could go.
I was going to mention that too, but come on, man. I got the Bills.
It's AFC. I think they may send him to NFC, but
Yeah.
they're going to try to push him to NFC. But, what do you say?
Bills.
Bills all day?
Bills.
Good season.
It would be nice because I think Tim Tebow is the only first-round drafted quarterback from the Broncos that's won a playoff game. If I saw that stat right.
But they ain't doing it against this team.
Not against this team. This Bills team is hungry.
Nah, there's no way. And it's a home game with that crowd behind them. Nah, Buffalo's going to do that. Okay, 3:30 on Fox. The Packers versus the Eagles in Philadelphia. It's 39 degrees there.
So there is a chance that both backup QBs could be playing in this game.
I know.
Which is what's crazy to me.
And Malik Willis gives me a lot of confidence. He won those 2 games. I saw him kind of look like he got hurt a little bit too, but he won those 2 games during the season. He came out of Virginia, played at Liberty.
Yeah.
So I've always had an eye on him. Who is the backup for the Eagles?
Is it Mariota?
Nope. He's there in Washington.
Wentz?
No, he left. Yeah, I know.
Minshew?
I was curious.
No, I'm tripping. I'm naming the old quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I don't even know. Man.
Yeah, because I was curious on who that was going to be.
I feel like when you look it up, the name's going to come right to my head. And I'm going to be like, I should have known that.
So, do you think that there's going to be an opportunity here for Jalen Hurts to get healthy and get into the game?
I mean, he's still on concussion protocol, but I think there is an opportunity. So, but
McKee is the backup.
McKee, yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. What the?
But
okay.
I'm going to pick assuming both quarterbacks don't play. Packers know how to win away against an NFC East team in the playoffs. They did it last year against the Cowboys. So, but I think that Eagles defense, that Eagles roster is just too packed.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick the Eagles. And
then at 7 o'clock Sunday night, Commanders, Buccaneers. Our Central Texas's own Baker Mayfield, for those who don't know, he's from right around these here parts. It's in Tampa, 56 degrees, warmest of all the games. That's good for them Washington boys because we know that Jaden Daniels was down to LSU, warm weather.
I'm going to go with the Bucs on that one.
Whoa. Okay, so the Bucs have only 10 wins. Commanders have 12 wins. Yes, it's a home game. Woo. But they won their division. So because of that, they get to host this game. And I get it. And I like that you are going there.
A caller just called in. Backup quarterback for the Eagles was Kenny Pickett. That's who it was.
Pickett.
It sure was Kenny Pickett.
Okay. Kenny Pickett. Oh, well, you know what? And thanks for calling in. See, man, we got some great
I wish we could have gotten you on the air, but we're running out of time, sadly.
So why are you so sure that the Buccaneers are going to get that win?
Baker knows how to win a playoff game. He beat the Eagles last year, and I think that Eagles team last year was definitely more stacked than the Commanders this year.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hey, I'm excited.
Well, I like your commitment to it. Thanks everyone we had some great calls today.
Great callers.
Thank you everyone for listening. Numbers looked great. We got people all over the world. We got people in Europe listening in. So this tells us that we get to come back and do this again next week.
Absolutely.
If y'all like us, we'll be back. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. That's Jamal January. This is the Fans U, KZI 88.7 FM. We'll see you later.
No better